Hey everybody, Igor from the Better Life Academy here. And I'm gonna keep, sharing with you those golden nuggets of wisdom, those experiences, experiments, exercises, knowledge, and all other different, sources of wisdom which I have acquired throughout my life by learning from others, by learning from my own experiences, and now sharing with you, with my mission to help you to live a better life. And if something of that, what I'm sharing with you, which I'm sure can help you to actually increase quality of your life, if some of that will help you, and thank you by the way for your feedback, and I already see it helping some of you to actually improve the quality of your life, I'll be more than happy, because that will mean that I am able to fulfill on my mission, which is to help you guys to live a better life. And I think I have enough knowledge to actually kind of shift that for you and help you to change your life for the better. What I'm going to talk about today is one of the most important topics I think ever, and those are the relationships. And relationships not necessarily between wife and husband, but any kind of relationships we have with other human beings, right? And I think the core of all the relationships is interaction. Anything which we start our relationships with, whomever we start our relationship with, we started with interacting with each other. First conversation, first communication, first kind of movements, behavior, attitude, which we show towards someone else, right? So interaction is the core of all the relationships. Now, what is the core of all the interactions? And I think that the core of all the interactions are our social skills. Our social skills help us to effectively interact with someone in order to establish relationships with them. And the better we interact, meaning the better we express and actually are in possession of those social skills, the better off we'll be of making those partnerships. And relationships. And you're probably asking, like, why do you think we need relationships and partnerships? Well, some of the answers are obvious. I'm just going to mention one of them, which is important to me, and I would think that would be important to you as well. Let's face it, we are all going and will go through a lot of different turbulence in our life, through difficulties, through issues and problems we meet on the way to creating and building out the life of our dreams, right? And during those period of times, we need kind of support system around us. We need people around us, because nothing significant was built in this world without a team, without people coming together, without those imperfect people on their own coming together and creating this perfect team, this kind of bubble of people, the group of people who then can actually achieve a lot more than ourselves on our own. That's why I think relationships, any kind of relationships, are super important, and the core of those are our social skills and how we understand each other and interact with each other. And today I want to mention this method of how you can improve interactions with someone, therefore improve relationships with them, and get with them on the same kind of page, right? And get this deeper connection with them is called rapport. What the rapport stands for actually is as follows. It says that we connect with someone on a very deep level subconsciously by matching and mirroring their behavior. Just think about it. And why is that working, by the way? It's just because we like people like ourselves. Or we like people who are like ourselves in the future. Whomever we see ourselves, however we see ourselves in the future, if we meet that person who are already now that same person as we want to be in the future, we like that person, right? But first and foremost, we like people who are like us. So if we go that way, that direction, that means that if we want someone liking us, or if we want to create this deepest level relationships and connection with someone, in order to build that relationships we want to build, we should be behaving, and we should be matching and mirroring their behavior. And their behavior consists of social skills, their personalities, of how they express themselves. So the better we express ourselves in the same way they express themselves, the better we're going to be off and the better we're going to get on the same page. And by the way, I will even say more. We're so wired to actually mirror each other where we do it on subconscious level. But if we're going to be starting to do it on a conscious level, we might get even more powerful and even better results of actually creating the very strong relationships with anyone. And we can start doing it by actually literally mirroring and matching behaviors of people. And first we can start with our voice, with our movements, with anything what the person in front of us does. And I will give you an example, and by the way, you can try that. It works that way. If you sit with the person in a restaurant, right, and that person looks at you, and let's say that person is not at your table, that person is the stranger to you, but that person sits and looks at you. Well, not stares at you all the time, but sometimes looks at you. So you can make this experiment going that way. When you see that someone actually sometimes looking at you, what you can do is you can take your glass of water and you can, take a sip out of this glass of water and you can put your glass back. And you can keep conversation with other people. Don't look at that person, but just, kind of feel it, what they're kind of trying to look at you. You will see that the person at some point, not right away, but at some point they also will reach to get the glass and they're going to drink their water or whatever they have in their glass. Then, as soon as they've done that, in a little while, do the same thing. Reach to your glass, get your glass, and drink some water out of it. Or whatever you have in that glass, right? And just put it back. You will see that in a couple of minutes, maybe even less, that person will do the same thing. And they're going to do it subconsciously. What the funniest moment is, and the most powerful moment is, next time what you do is, you actually reach your hand to take the glass, but you're not taking it. You don't take it, you just take it with your hands, you just do this, and you just sit and you just keep communication. You will see that person will reach to a glass and they will take their glass and they will drink water. You might call it manipulation, but that is how rapport is working. The person on a subconscious level connected with you, they're looking at you, they've seen those moves and they're trying to be like you because they want to connect with you on a subconscious level and they're going to start repeating that. I will tell you more, and I did not believe this. I did not trust that unless I have tried it. So, same story, but you do it with the person who sits and looks to the different direction. They don't even see you. They sit to you with their back. The only thing you do is, let's say you go to the bathroom and you meet and you make the eye contact with that person when you're coming back from the bathroom, just the eye contact, and the person will take a look at you as well. Make sure that happens, and then you come back to your own place, and that person keeps sitting with their back to you. They don't look at you, they don't see you, and then you do the same. You will be amazed. You will take your glass, you will reach out of your glass and you will drink this water, you put it back. In a couple of minutes, the person will do the same thing. Then you will do the same thing, the person will do the same thing. When you will do the same thing without the glass, that person will do the same thing with a glass of water or whatever they have in that. How crazy is that, right? That only proves the power of rapport, the power of matching and mirroring those things which your partner or the person you're interacting with is doing and or performing. And as soon as they see someone that like them, they start liking them. They start becoming more open. They ready to interact. They get your trust. They get your credibility. And then you can do amazing things with them and obviously you want to bring that to the situation of win-win. Never use the rapport system, rapport method to hurt someone, to manipulate someone. It's not for the manipulation's sake. It's for the sake of actually creating this deeper connection, which you both need. Not only yourself, but the person in front of you. Okay? And by the way, there is a specific way and method of how to go even further and how to actually, which will help you to learn how to read people. And based on those reading, you will understand what kind of qualities you should extrapolate out of yourself to actually enforce that situation with those qualities and those personality types which you can play with while you communicate with someone, and you will be able to connect with that person on an even deeper level, and you will be able to build the best teams ever around yourself, the best supporting system ever around yourself, the people who will never, betrayed you, the people who will stand behind you, will support you all the way up. If you want to know that method, if you want to practice that method, if you want to just, acquire that method and have it as a tool in your tool base, in your tool belt, sign up for my course, A Shortcut to a Better Life. I dive deep into the details of relationships there, of how to build and how to psychologically understand people, what kind of patterns to use, what kind of practicalities to actually develop within ourselves to be able to actually get and match and mirror those people. Because not only we have to match and mirror and want to match and mirror them on the level of mechanical kind of, movements, but we also want to match and mirror them on a psychological level. And to do that, you gotta know the strategy, you gotta know the method. And I got this method and strategy extrapolated and dissected for you in my course, one of the steps in my course, video course, A Shortcut to a Better Life. Go to the betterlifeacademy.me and sign up for the course and learn that method yourself. If you like that video, guys, please repost it, share it with someone who might need this, hint, might need that skill of social skill and rapport method to actually, make sure people like you and people connect with you a lot easier. And by the way, if you feel like you already know that and you don't need that, don't stop there, please. Think of someone, of your friend, relative, or someone, stranger maybe, whom you know, whom you think can benefit out of that information here. Share it for their sake, not only for yourself. And by the way, when we share, we actually benefit out of it as well, because while we share, we go over that topic again, we take a look at the topic where we share, at the thing where we share, and we actually memorize it even better, and it settles in our mind even better. So when you're sharing, you're not only caring about someone else, but you're doing a good thing for yourself. So please, do the good thing for yourself. Share that video, follow me up on my social media profiles, support the Better Life Academy, and let's get and continue the journey together. All right, it's enough out of me today. Igor from the Better Life Academy, guys. Bye-bye.